Okay, so now in this lecture, I'm going to continue our discussion of proton NMR and structural elucidation. This time, the unknown compound has molecular formula C5H9OCl. So with 5 carbons, the degrees of unsaturation is 2 times 5 plus 2. You expect 12 protons if it's saturated. In reality, we only have 9 protons. We subtract 9. We subtract 1 for chlorine, as it takes the place of 1 hydrogen, and then divide by 2. For every 2 protons you pluck off, you make 1 degree of unsaturation. This gives us 1 degree of unsaturation total. So let's keep in mind that's not enough for a benzene ring, right? This time we either have a single ring, not an arene, or we could have a carbon-carbon double bond, or we could have a carbon-oxygen double bond. Right, carbon-chlorine double bonds do not form, okay, for isolable stable compounds. Chlorine makes 1 bond. It has 3 lone pairs.